I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story. Last Day Blues. Okay, let's read it. Epic story Last Day Blues. Okay, let's read it. Sarah Jane Hartwell and her class are back, and the kids are looking forward to the last week of school before summer vacation. Okay. On the morning before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell took attendance. She sighed as she called out the last name. I'm going to miss all of you, she said. The kids nodded in agreement. I'm going to miss my friends, said Shannon. I'm going to miss Daisy, said Dan. I'm going to miss chocolate milk and pizza for lunch, said Joey. Everyone felt a little blue thinking about the last day of school. Even Daisy. In this story, Daisy is a snake, a classroom pet. That afternoon during recess, the students talked as they hung out on the jungle gym. Mrs. Hartwell said she's going to miss us, said Alexandra, swinging from a bar. We should get a present to cheer her up, said Eddie, hanging upside down by his knees. But what could they get her? I could give her the rest of my sandwich. It's my mom's spelling special, said Josh, or a coffee cup, or a new pen, the kind of feathers and beads. The students thought and thought, but couldn't come up with a single idea that they all agreed on. We'll think of something tomorrow, Eddie assured everyone as they lined up at the drinking fountain. On the Tuesday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell read the final page of the last to read aloud book. I'm going to miss circle times, said Mrs. Hartwell. I'm going to miss science, said Emily. I'm going to miss seeing Mrs. Hartwell wearing her safety goggles during science, said Jack giggling. And so, before they got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles one last time, just for fun. We definitely need to cheer Mrs. Hartwell up, said Andy during recess as he jumped out of a swing. Any ideas about the present? Eddie asked. Nope, they were answered back. On the Wednesday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell brought in her super-duper sugar cookies with extra frosting. I'm going to miss snack time, but I can't wait to barbecues by the pool, said Jack. I'm going to miss recess, but I can't wait to play hide and seek outside after dinner, said Alexandra. I'll miss school, but I can't wait for summer vacation, said Josh. The class discussed their summer plans and droned their last day blues with another round of milk and sugar cookies. I'll go to Egypt in the summer vacation. I'm going to the beach. I'm going fishing. I don't know whether to be happy or sad today, Andy said the minute they all arrived at the jungle gym. Mrs. Hartwell is sad, said Olivia. She probably doesn't want the year to end. While we are swimming, she'll be reading her old lesson plans, said Worker. And while we are playing, she'll be trying to remember the fun times we had this year, said Dan. And that's when an eye zapped, and zigged through Eddie's brain. I know exactly what will cheer her up, Eddie said, jumping down from the jungle gym. The class agreed. It was perfect. On the Tuesday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Eddie raised his hand right after Mrs. Hartwell started language arts. We need some privacy, please, he said. And so Mrs. Hartwell took down bulletin boards with her back to the class. She never even picked. Well, only once. On the morning of the Friday that was Friday, it was the last day of school. The students dashed into the classroom. They snapped up in the shades for the very last time. They did their chores for the very last time, and they fed Daisy for the very last time. And so, as the bell rang, they couldn't wait for Mrs. Hartwell to see her present for their very last time. For the very first time. It's a big... Oh. In this big paper, let's read it. The last day of school makes us so blue. We'll miss recess and pizza and reading too. We'll miss Daisy and cookies and friendship true. Snack time and science and learning new. We'll miss spelling bees for a test review and groundhogs that play peek-a-boo. Peek-a-boo. This year's been great. A big wow. There are many things to miss. It's true. But mostly what we'll miss is you. So, Joe drew the cookies. Josh drew uh, the envelope and letter, glasses, bees, heart, flowers, snowman, kites, shoes, cakes, Daisy, etc. Later on during recess, Eddie said, I think Mrs. Hurd will like the present. I just hope it helps, Margaret said. Poor Mrs. Hurdle, they all sat sadly as they pictured their final goodbye. Teachers must hate the last day of school. I think teachers like the last day of school. But this picture is so blue, but it's a little bit of funny, I think. And then it was time. The bell rang. Goodbye, the students called as they rushed out the door. Goodbye, Mrs. Hortwell called after them. And then she returned to her empty classroom. It's just you and me, Daisy, she said. I'm sure going to miss them this summer. But I can't wait for vacation. And in the last page, wow, there are 3 pictures that Mrs. Hartwell is having a great weekend with her little dog. I don't know his name or her name. 1, 2, 3 pictures. And so, today I registered Last Day Blues, but in this series, there are more books here, but this one was the last series book, so there are big test jitters, field trip vacaso, and first day jitters. It's last day, but we should have written this the first day jitters. But next time I'm going to read first day jitters or the big test or Valentine's Day field trip. Okay, so today I read the story Last Day Blues. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching.